Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi. I'm a licensed esthetician in Pennsylvania, and today I figure we could talk about how to make your business, I don't want to say recession proof, but how to continue bringing clients in, how to maintain your clientele, because right now I know it's hard for a lot of people. People are seeing a lot of clients not coming back, or just a very severe decline in clients coming in that are new. So I thought we could talk about that today. I don't have anything written down. I'm just kind of going to ramble from my head. So if things aren't articulated the best, I'm sorry, but basically, I've been in business for 3 years now. That was through the pandemic. And now we are seeing a huge decline in people making money, basically. A lot of places are laying people off. A lot of places just aren't hiring people. So I know a lot of people are struggling with bringing in clientele because our services are luxury services. They are not a necessity to a lot of people. So you need to make it seem necessary for people to be spending money on your services. Now, of course, there are other ways that you can bring in money, like selling things online, or obviously you can do product sales. But then I know a lot of people have pivoted and started making t-shirts and things like that. So you could always do that as well. Or you could teach people classes, like makeup classes, that kind of thing. So everything I'm about to say, I think you could probably use that for all parts of our industry. So whether you're a hairstylist, a nail tech, a lash tech, facials, a waxer, what have you, I think that these things should work. I know that I see a lot of people in the aesthetics groups that I'm in on Facebook. They always talk about how you shouldn't just depend on social media, because if social media one day just stopped, then how would you bring in clients? How would you bring in people? Because there's no way that people would know you exist if you didn't have social media. So I guess starting with the basics, you can network with other businesses in your area. So that could be going to a coffee shop or a gym, or even just hair salons, or places that don't offer everything that you offer, and introducing yourself, maybe getting a service done there, or purchasing things from those businesses, getting your name out there, sharing what you do, where you're located, and then the next time they have a customer or a guest that is like, hey, do you know where I could get my brows waxed? Like, where's a good place? Then they could be like, oh, I just met this person that owns so-and-so salon, and they can do that for you. So there's the basics with that. Sorry if I say a lot. But also you can drop your business cards off at other businesses if they allow you to do that, or just leaving your business card in people's mailboxes. I've heard of people doing that, but I don't know if I would do that personally. But aside from those physical things, I will tell you, social media is fucking huge. Social media is the way to bring people in your door. And that is because you can real time show people a before and after. You can show people who you are on your stories, on posts, in TikToks, on YouTube even. You can make a connection with people before they ever step foot in your salon. So I said that weird, salon. Basically, like, Instagram, #1 for me. That's how I bring my clientele in. Of course, there's referrals, and referrals are always going to work. Referrals are always going to be a very important part of growing your client. Oh, I can't say talk it to. Oh my God, I can't talk today. I'm like having a stroke. Referrals will always be an important part of growing your clientele, is what I was trying to say. And you can't do that if you don't already have a clientele, you know what I'm saying? So I do all that networking stuff on Instagram. I add local businesses on Instagram, comment on their stuff, like their stuff, reply to their stories, because them knowing who you are, knowing where you are, knowing what you do, because if you're interacting with them, then chances are they're going to creep on your profile a little bit. If they know who you are, then they can recommend you to someone who's maybe asking where they can get something done. So Instagram is huge. I've also done a lot of paid ads on Instagram, and that has worked phenomenally for me. I mainly wax, so I should probably share that first. I mainly do body waxing. So my niche, if you will, is Brazilian waxing. I love that service. It's my favorite thing to do. I do a lot of them every single day. That is a majority of what I do whenever I'm here. And so I want people to know that. So that is also a way to make sure that you bring people, or to find a way to bring people in, is you want to niche down what you do. You don't want to do every single service that exists out there. You want to do what you want to do, first of all, but second of all, you need to make sure you're the master at it and make sure that other people know you're the master at it. So I definitely make that known on my Instagram that that's what I like to do. I also just learned how to do permanent makeup. I learned how to do brows, and that's also what I want to focus on. So push those things. So whenever I do paid Instagram ads, I do them for Brazilian waxes because they're fast. A lot of people want it done. It's something that people can kind of get addicted to, because once they have it done once or twice, and they're like, oh shit, I never want to go back from doing this. This is the best. I don't want to shave ever again. And a lot of the time you can keep people with that service. So find what you want to do and make that your niche. But all of that to say, I also just watched a TikTok so she's a hairstylist. I don't know if you've heard of her, but her name is Lisa Giles. And she really inspired me with her TikTok, where she was basically to bring people in, what separates you from the person down the street? What makes people want to come to you and not Sally down the street? You need to separate yourself. What makes you different? Why the fuck should someone book with you and not the salon down the street? You need to be present in your stories. Don't just post infographics, because that is not going to bring people in the door. Seeing text on a screen is not going to jump out at people and is not going to make them want to book with you. You need to be who you are on your stories, and be in your stories every day. Be on TikTok every day. Just make yourself known so that people get to know you. If they get to know you ahead of time, then they're going to want to book with you, and they're going to be the type of people you want to. You need to know what your ideal client is and get them, bring them in. But you need to first and foremost be yourself online, because people will be attracted to that. They're not going to see some fake facade of what you want them to think you are. Be yourself. And I know that's so cliche to say, but that will separate you from the next person. Also, obviously you're going to want to give the best possible service. So if you're shitty at what you do, then people aren't going to want to come to you or continue coming to you because you're not the best at it. So make sure that it's something that you are a fucking boss at. Make sure that you know what the hell you're doing and make it known that you know what you're doing. And then people will want to come back to you. They'll trust you, and they'll trust you with their friends and people in their families and strangers, for that matter, if someone asks them where they get something done. So yeah, you need to make sure that you find your why, right? That's another really cliche thing to say, but find your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you in this industry? I've also taken a class called the The 6-Figure Big Beauty Business or something. I forget what it's exactly called, but the woman who is in charge of that, her name is Rhea, and she owns a very, very successful 7-figure waxing salon that has a couple locations in Tampa, Florida. And I took her class on basically how to make your 6 figures, how you were going to get to your 6 figures. And she touched on how to bring clients in. And the number one thing that we started talking about was manifesting. And I will be the first to tell you that to me, manifesting sounds fucking dumb, right? Like, just because I'm thinking I'm going to do something, like thinking I'm gonna make that 6 figures doesn't mean that's gonna happen. But I have to tell you, after taking that course and really changing how I viewed my business, and this was before I opened this storefront also, by the way, this is when I was in my salon suite. I completely changed how I looked at my business. And I sat down and I was like, okay, so this is what I want to make. How am I going to get there? And when I tell you that, like, as soon as I turned my idea around and changed my view on my business, I started to grow so much quicker. If you can hear my air, I'm really sorry, but it's cold as shit. I'm in Western Pennsylvania and we got snow today, so it's fucking cold. Anyways, but I'm seriously telling you, like, I really thought manifesting sounded stupid and that wasn't something you actually needed to do. But if you think that you're going to make $100,000 this year, you really believe it, you do the steps to get you there, you're gonna fucking do it. And when I started to believe that, like, so I grew so fast. And I was able to open up this storefront and bring on 2 employees. And I want to grow from there. And of course, we're all gonna have those days where we're like, oh my God, why am I not like this person who is fully booked for 4 weeks out at a time? Like, why am I not fully booked? Why am I not seeing the sales that this person is seeing? And I have those days too. Like, I'm always comparing myself to other people because of Instagram, honestly, and like TikTok and stuff, because I see these other people and I'm like, wow, they are killing it. And I wish that was me. But I need to remind myself and I need to step back and say, but that is me. And I am there. And I'm sure there are people that look at me that way. Because comparison is the thief of joy, as they say. So stop comparing yourself, because Sally down the street isn't you. You are you, and people want to come to you for you. I just said you way too many times. But yeah, these were a bunch of rambles. I hope it made sense. But yeah, aside from that, Google reviews, huge. I always ask people how they found my studio, and they either tell me Instagram from like an ad that I paid for, or they tell me that they just Googled waxing in my area and I had like really good reviews. So definitely get your Google reviews, because they play a big part in whether someone wants to come to you or not. So get them Google reviews, girlies, get them Google reviews. Also, make sure you have a website. I know a lot of people just have like a booking site like Vagaro or Square or Fresha or whatever. Have a fucking website. Like, go on Wix or Squarespace or GoDaddy. Build yourself a website. Get you that SEO and that search engine optimization, right? Like, get that shit squared so that when people Google, you come up. Because if you don't come up, and people don't see you, then how are they gonna come in? You know what I mean? Get yourself a website and people will find you. Also, another thing that I just thought of, go on Facebook, join a bunch of local groups, mom groups, just local area pages, and advertise the shit out of yourself. I know some of them have rules where you're not allowed to like advertise your business, because I know a couple of the ones I'm in have that, but there's 1,000 groups for places in your area, guarantee it. Do that. Go in there, advertise yourself. Worst that's gonna happen is no one books, but at least you put yourself out there, and people saw what you had to say. So yeah, also, like I said, this is a ramble, so if I just say also, I'm just making shit up as I go. Make sure everything is content, baby. Everything is content. So whether you do just a brow wax or an underarm wax, take pictures of that shit. Post it, because people love to see before and afters. Specifically hair. Like, I really wish that waxing was like hair, where I could show you like what I did, but I would get reported in like 3 seconds if I posted that. So take before and afters. Make reels, even if they're stupid. Make a fucking reel, because guess what? I started making reels and I got a lot more exposure that way, because that's how Instagram works now. Even though now Instagram kind of sucks. Like, I know I just went on a whole rant about how Instagram's fucking great, but I don't know what like the secret code is anymore to get people to find me on Instagram, because, or like find my posts on Instagram, because like I used to get anywhere from like 100 to like 300 or 400 likes on my reels, and now I'm like lucky if I get 20. Like, I don't know like what happened, because I'm using the like popular sounds and stuff. I don't know. Instagram's a little fucky right now. But try TikTok, because like I always get likes on my TikToks. Not a whole lot. Like, I don't even get 100 likes on my TikToks, but I did just start, so try that out. Hopefully what I just said, my whole rant that like wasn't very cohesive, if you stayed for the whole thing, you're a real one. I actually refilmed this because I filmed this a couple days ago, and after I filmed it, I sat there and was like, wow, there were like a bunch of things I didn't mention that I probably should mention. So yeah, if you made it through this whole thing, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video that's hopefully interesting, because my life is not interesting. So leave me a comment, like tell me what you want to see next, because I'm not good at coming up with content for not for Instagram, I mean for YouTube. I'm not great. Like, what else do you want to know? Please tell me, because I have no clue. So yeah, thank you. I will see you in the next video.